What's up? Peace, Giant fans. Uh, we lost another heartbreaker, man. Um, where do I start? Uh, First, I want to say the Giants played a hell of a game. It was a hell of a game called by Mike Kafka, the offense. They had some trick plays. Um, I did post a live for almost the first half. I was trying to come back in the second half, but I apologize. The game was exciting. I got a little caught up in it, tied up, and so I apologize. But let's recap the Giant game. First off, like I said, I want to say the Giants get some props. They played their ass off. But once again, the defense, bro. A lot of people are gonna talk about why Dexter Lawrence wasn't in the game in overtime. He was sitting on the bench, looked like he was hurt. But I mean, Dexter Lawrence is a 330-pound man. Him not being in the game is no excuse why Jahmyr Gibbs ran for a 60-something yard touchdown and wasn't even touched. Like, like that's ridiculous. Okay? That's ridiculous. I said it before. I've been saying it for weeks. Shane Bowen needs to be fired. Okay? Once again, the Giants had the lead going down in the fourth quarter. A lot of people are going to say, oh, why didn't they kick the field goal? Okay, I personally didn't have a problem with the Giants not kicking the field goal. Okay? I feel when you're playing on the road, you're playing to win. Fuck field goals. You know what I mean? Granted, a field goal would have put them up 6 points, but the pass to Theo Johnson didn't make any sense because not only was that an incompletion, a loss of down, also it stopped the clock and gave Detroit more time. So I didn't like that. My thing was spread them out and gash them with run plays. They was running the ball effectively all game. You know what I mean? So spread them out, make them cover you, and use Devin Singletary and gash him for some more runs, or Tyrone Tracy. I didn't like that. But going forward on fourth down, I didn't have a problem with that. My thing is, I'm not kicking no field goal. I'm playing to win. You know, especially we on the road. You know what I mean? But going down the stretch, what was Shane Bowen doing? Why is he playing zone? Bro, you have, I believe, the 5th highest paid defensive line in the NFL. You have 3 number 1 draft picks on that D-line. Granted, Kayvon Thibodeau didn't play. Fine. Injuries happen. You got Abdul Carter, you got Dexter Lawrence, and you got Brian Burns, who's been on a tear all season. And you're playing zone. I get it. You know, you might be scared about getting deep beat with a deep pass or whatever, but you got to let your dudes play, bro. You got to let them play. And you have got to put pressure on the wide receivers and let that D-line go to work. You can't sit back and let them play zone. And then Jared Goff gets to pick them apart and now the defensive line is tired. That doesn't make any sense, bro. He didn't start playing man-to-man until they started driving the ball. Then they got a penalty. And then they wound up kicking a 59-yard field goal to tie the game, send it to overtime. You know, Giants lost another heartbreaker. Doesn't get any easier. They play New England next week. Then they got a long bye. A lot of people are going to say Jackson Dart needs to play. I don't think so. The offense is moving with Jameis. Jameis is proven to be a competent backup, and I don't think you rush Jackson Dart back, bro. I mean, Jackson Dart has had 4 concussions in like 4 weeks. You know what I mean? Sit him down. There's no need to rush him back, and you got to bye the following week. Let him get more rest. You got to bye. He could get more rest, and then he could come back after the bye week. But I think Mike Kafka called the hell of a game. If I'm the Giants, I take the interim tag off him now and make him the head coach. And that way he can start working on, the prospects of filling out his roster and what he wants to do. And we'll have a jump start onto next season. But, the Giants lost a heartbreaker, man. I didn't think, looking at this schedule, I was like, yo, they played Detroit. They gonna get rocked. They actually, they gave Detroit a handful, man. They gave them a handful, but, they just couldn't pull it out, bro. And a lot of it has to go on the defense because, okay, Amon-Ra St. Brown tipped the ball up. Javon Holland got the interception, okay? Jameis Winston came down and did what he had to do. He scored. The offense scored a touchdown. The defense has got to do their job, bro. They have got to do their job. Bobby Okereke missed a tackle in the hole. He missed a couple of tackles in the hole, but he missed a tackle in the hole down the stretch. Dane Belton missed tackles on Jahmyr Gibbs. I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs is nice, but damn, we were playing Corey Black and Art Green or whatever. I mean, it was just their secondary is horrible. And for all of those people that sit there and say Deonte Banks is trash, I bet you wish you had Deonte Banks this week. Yeah, man. I mean, I've been a real critic of Deonte Banks because I believe in his ability. But Deonte Banks was needed this week. He really was. He really was. You know what I mean? Not having him out there and running 2 inexperienced guys at boundary corner, and it was horrible. No Tyler Nubin. It was rough, bro. It was rough, But they made it interesting. We lost another one. I believe we're 2-10. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. But as I said, the positives were they were able to move the ball. Their guys were able to make plays. And if I'm the Giants, I'm taking that interim tag off of Mike Kafka. I know they want to see what coach is available, but I'm going with continuity. And I'm making Mike Kafka the head coach. And hopefully that'll give him more confidence. And, just roll with it. You know what I mean? Because some of the things I heard about, they were saying that the Giants want an experienced guy and they want a CEO type of head coach. And Mike Tomlin most likely is not going to be available. Jeff Harbaugh is not going to be available. Baltimore's on a run. They look like they're going to catch Pittsburgh. So I don't think those guys are going to be available. Who you going to bring in? Mike McCarthy? Yeah, okay. I mean, you'll win games. I mean, which is better than the Giants have been. He'll win some games, but what does he do in the playoffs? Nothing. So, I think they need to go with Kafka and just roll with it, bro. Roll with Kafka before he leaves. Because if Kafka leaves your ass, then you're really stuck. You know what I mean? So don't be greedy trying to wait for this dude or wait for that dude. Keep Kafka and let him be in-house, and then you move on from there. But, this was another heartbreaking loss. you know, and I'm saying it now. Again, Shane Bowen has to go. He has to go. He has to go, bro. The man is just he got no balls, B. You a head coach of the New York Football Giants, man. You gotta have some heart. And you gotta Jonathan Vilma even said it. He was like, yo, why are the Giants playing zone? He was like, yo, play man to man and let these pass rushes eat. You know, it's just his defensive philosophy doesn't match the Giants personnel. You know what I mean? So, big shout out to Wandell Robinson. Shout out to Jameis. Shout out to Tracy and Singletary. Shout out to the Giants offensive line. Shout out to Theo Johnson. He made big plays. Isaiah Hodgins, Darius Slayton is still invisible, the invisible man making $13 million a season, and for what? To have one catch? Disgusting. But I focus on the defense because the defense needs to be better. And a lot of people are going to say, yeah, but they played good for 3 quarters. Football isn't 3 quarters, bro. Football is 4 quarters. This was another collapse, in my opinion. And it ain't going to get right until we fix that. So, all right. Well, I just wanted to rant. I know y'all are watching football this Sunday, so I'm not going to keep y'all. But I wanted to say peace. God bless everybody. I hope everybody has a safe and happy holiday to you and your loved ones. And we'll be back on Sunday. All right. Later.